So welcome to the last Global Tea Hut video of 2014. We wanted to share just a very warm and heartfelt holiday wish for you all, that you have a very amazing and tea-infused, love-inspired and hug-filled holiday season and a very happy new year. This year has been a wonderful year. Global Tea Hut has doubled in size, and a lot of amazing things have also happened to the experience of Global Tea Hut. A lot behind the scenes, so much work and love has gone into improving the magazines, for example. Nobody here is a professional, so all these beautiful and amazing changes that you're seeing from month to month in these magazines has come with a lot of love, a lot of heart, and a lot of volunteer hours from a lot of really beautiful people who care. And there's been a lot of support from the community and a lot of really healthy, good, constructive criticism and ways to improve. And the results are really obvious. Global Tea Hut has become really, really amazing to look at and to open the envelopes themselves, the stamps that we created that I'm sure you noticed that we started stamping them with, and the way that we write on them. And then inside the cardboard, because so many people were getting crushed magazines, now your magazines aren't so crinkled. And the tea packaging and the gifts themselves, as well as the magazine, which is the real focus of this. Not only have the articles improved so much, the photography's improved, and of course the layout, which is taking the most work. And we really feel that the layout's getting to the place where we want it to be. And we want it to be kind of not too flashy and like a commercial magazine, but we also want it to be photocentric. So we want a really nice balance of the way that it looks and the content. We want it to be content heavy and have a lot of really great articles. And we feel like we're achieving that, and that this year we've taken really great strides to make the Global Tea Hut magazine amazing. And more people around the world are joining, and more people around the world are contributing articles, which is going to make the next year even better. And I'd also like to talk a little bit about our goals for this coming year, as I think that's really important. In the coming year, of course, the main goal is to increase Global Tea Hut membership exponentially and accumulate the resources to build our new center. We have more guests coming here than ever before. This year, hundreds of people came to stay here and learn about tea, and we'd like to invite you all, of course, to come in the next year, and more importantly, to help us spread the word about Global Tea Hut so that we can accumulate the energy we need to build our own permanent and very big and beautiful center, Light Meets Life. In the coming year, as far as Global Tea Hut is concerned, that goal will just continue. And for that, of course, we need your help. We need you to share about Global Tea Hut with your friends, share the teas with friends, talk about it maybe on social media, all of these things. Also, we want to continue this trend of improving the photography, improving the layout, making the magazine as crisp and beautiful and glorious to hold, that you're really inspired so that when you see it, you really want to pick it up, you want to read it. And to continue to be the only publication, maybe in the history of tea, to cover tea from every perspective. No other magazine does this. There's a lot of very linear magazines, and that's great. But what we want to do with Global Tea Hut, because it is, after all, a tea and Tao magazine. So we want to cover tea. We want to cover the tea and the folklore and the history and the tea production and how teas are made, where they come from, the people behind them, introducing you to some of the people behind tea, both tea masters and tea farmers and tea producers, etc. But also cover the more spiritual aspect of tea, which is what we're all about, how to cultivate oneself through a tea practice, Cha Dao in other words. And there's no other publication that's covering tea and Tao from all these angles, right? So it's a very holistic magazine. You have the articles about the tea and how it's made, and about the processors, and about the brewing techniques, and then you have articles about spirituality, and then of course you have the articles about community, right? Which is an aspect of Global Tea Hut that we'll talk about in a few minutes. So we want to continue to improve the magazine in this way and make it even better and even greater to receive, and even more of a joy to behold. And let it then speak for itself, right? That's one of our main goals, is to let Global Tea Hut speak for itself. We want you to feel like that this magazine and this experience is so wonderful that the fact that it's nonprofit and supports a beautiful center is almost in parentheses. Like if you were in the supermarket and you saw a brand of dates that you really love, and you love them because they're so delicious, and you buy them, and then as you're in the line checking out, you turn it over, and you happen to find that actually these dates are nonprofit and go to support orphans in Guatemala or something. So it's like an added bonus. So that what I mean is that the Global Tea Hut experience of the tea and the magazine and the gift are so wonderful that you can't wait to receive it. And then the fact is that it also supports a nonprofit, beautiful tea center that you yourself can visit. It's just an added bonus for you and for your friends and family and those who you share Global Tea Hut with in the coming year. We also want to focus on doing more travel. You'll see right from the beginning of this year, in the first few months, there's going to be articles, for example, about my trip to Yixing, my recent trip to Yixing, and about Yixing pots. So we're going to do some more journalistic work where we're going to travel to tea regions, and we're going to explore some different kinds of teaware makers and different tea history and tea production and get more involved. This allows us also to hopefully find more organic, sustainable teas so that we can share with you new and exciting teas in the coming year. And also, we hope to get more contributions from you. And that's definitely been happening in the end of 2014, and we see that trend continuing. So that'll also make the magazine more rewarding. And as far as the magazine is concerned, we also have, for a long time, had some translation projects on our shelf. And it seems that a lot of that's going to come to fruition in the beginning part of 2015. We found some translators who are willing to volunteer their time, and we have some beautiful ancient and modern Chinese tea wisdom that we can't wait to translate and share with you. Some of it's never been translated before. Some of it has been translated, but we're going to translate it and then edit it and work with it in our own way so that it can best express the teachings of this tradition and help to elucidate and illuminate Cha Dao and tea as spiritual cultivation. So these translation projects, we can't wait to have them also start coming out in the coming year. And then finally, as I mentioned, Global Tea Hut is more than just a magazine and a tea. Global Tea Hut's a community, and it's a family. And that's why this month we sent out these beautiful Christmas cards with photos in it, right? Believe it or not, I had a huge blister on my hand from writing so many hundreds of Christmas cards. But what a wonderful blister. And we did that to continue a tradition in America of sending photos and cards to your extended family. And we very much view all of you in this community as our extended family. We very much want us to feel like a community of tea brothers and sisters around the world who can meet each other and hang out together and spend time together and learn from each other. And as we're seeing more and more, people are traveling from this country to that country and visiting. We have people from Russia visiting the community in Estonia, the community in Estonia visiting that in Spain. As many of you read in the December issue this month, I traveled to Spain this year, and amazingly we did a retreat, and there was 15 people there from 10 countries, including 2 wonderful Finnish young women who are now here at our center celebrating the holidays with us, who just happened to stumble upon the retreat, as you'll read about in the article. So we're very excited about all these connections that are happening around the world already organically, and one of our main goals in 2015 is to facilitate that more. So we're looking into ways to use the internet, to redesign our website, to work with some developers and think of some other ways that we can get as many of you connected to each other as possible, so that you can feel like this is the community that it truly is, and that you can feel like Global Tea Hut is an experience, not just a product, not a magazine, not a tea, but a community, a family, people you can visit, right? And that's the true magic of this Global Tea Hut idea. And that's where it has the potential, I think, to not only transform the tea world, but to transform the way that nonprofit businesses are conducted, the way that maybe human beings interact with each other in terms of financial energy. Because this is a form of media that reaches out and touches you, and all of the proceeds from it create a space that you yourself can then come and enjoy and visit. And of course, when you come and visit here and meet everyone, right, then when you go back home, the magazine and the teas aren't going to be the same anymore. They'll be different. You'll feel more connected. You'll feel more of a part of this place. And so let me wholeheartedly, with all the warmth that I can muster, invite you here to our center and to our future bigger center that you're all helping us to build. And let me also, from the very bottom of my heart, express a very deep gratitude for all that you've contributed to us this year. It means so much. And not just the money, but the support and the love and the energy, which we can so much feel. Global Tea Hut is the sun around which this whole center orbits. It takes a tremendous amount of energy to write these articles, edit them, lay out the magazine, take the photos. It takes 3 days just to package everything and put it all together and send it all out to you guys, let alone answering emails and all of the logistics that come with it. And let me tell you, all of that work is done by volunteers, and all of that work is done with love by guests and permanent residents here. All of that work is done in a heartfelt way, and all of that work, most importantly, is done willingly. And why it's done so willingly isn't just because it supports our center. It's also because, as I said, from so many of you, we can feel the love, we can feel the family, we can feel the energy reflected back onto us from those envelopes when they start landing in all those places around the world. As soon as they start landing, this place starts changing, because all that light that's coming in from around the world, all that love, as soon as you're reminded, the connections, the memories, for so many of you who have been here, the nostalgia and memories of being here and spending time with us, or for many of you who I've gone to your home and taught workshops, etc., the memories of that and the warmth that that inspires and the warmth that you feel for this community and family, all that starts reflecting back to us. And it's the inspiration for all that we do. And it's what keeps us going, is that love and connection. And as far as that is concerned, I personally would measure Global Tea Hut as a complete success already. And we wouldn't need a drop more for it to be the most beautiful and amazing experience of my entire life. So once again, I'd like to wish all of you a very wonderful holiday season. Hopefully this video finds you surrounded by great love, surrounded by beautiful people, and of course, lots of warm and wonderful tea. May you have a very beautiful new year. We'll see you on the other side.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.